It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly bring you Wisconsin Baseball Association State Tournament action with pool play from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Stay with us as we bring you all the action from pools 1 and 2 to see which two teams will make it to the Final Four on Sunday in Osseo. And now, out to Carson Park and the next WBA State Tournament game.
And welcome back to Carson Park. Rick Olson here along with Ann Monroe on the computer, Ben Ryder on the camera, and we're going to bring you Game 2 from Eau Claire, the final night of the Friday session, with the Tilden Tigers taking on the Hudson River Rats. And we're just about ready to get things started. Hudson's taking their ins and outs right now, and so let's go through the starting lineups. Hudson will be the visiting team in this one. Leading off for Hudson, the second baseman, Mitch Lewis. Batting second is the right fielder, Hunter Fry. Batting third is the designated hitter, Isaiah Grankorvitz. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Owen Anderson. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Jake Busson. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Owen Wedge. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Jason Holler. Batting eighth, the catcher, Kyler Hove. And batting ninth is Peyton Lawrence, and he's out in center field. Brady Von Berg is on the mound. For the Tilden Tigers, who come into this game with a 20-4 record, we might as well just say these are the Steinmetzes, because leading off is the catcher, Jordan Steinmetz. Batting second is the shortstop, Drew Steinmetz. Don't worry, there's a couple more coming up. Batting third and pitching, former Cavalier Tanner Helberson. Batting fourth, the first baseman Cole Zwiefelhofer. Batting fifth and third base, Nolan Barrar. Batting sixth, the designated hitter John Shook, and he's hitting for Alex Ruff, who will be playing second base. Batting seventh is Adam LaRock. He's playing center field. Batting eighth, playing right field, is Ben Steinmetz, and batting ninth and playing left field is Lucas Steinmetz. And I'm quickly looking here, and well, I had a pen. It disappeared, as did my sanity. But the lineup that we had didn't have a number in there for Ben, but it does now. The Hudson River Rats come in with a record of 21-11. One of those was a victory over the Cavaliers earlier this year. And the Tilden Tigers have a record of 20-4. Two of those four were at the hands of the Cavaliers on the Cavaliers' opening day of this season, when they swept a doubleheader from the Tilden Tigers. So we're going to be ready for the start of today's game right after this timeout. You're watching WBA State Tournament action on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it? Is it good?
The Northern Light Webcasting Network is excited to announce that the new home for Colfax Viking football is now NLWN-2. Our first game broadcast is coming up on Friday, August 18th. The Colfax Vikings will host the Whitehall Norse. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 18th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And with the conversation going on at home plate, let's send it to the public address announcer for his pregame announcements.
All balls are from the Old Grove Cavalier Baseball Club. Please return all balls to the signature located on the third baseline, where you will receive a $1 token good for use at the signature. And a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is not smoking. When you must smoke, yes, you please leave the stadium. Again, there is no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Fine fans, especially those in the right field bleachers, are reminded this is baseball. How balls make to the stands at a high rate of speed. We ask that you remain alert at all times. Thanks very much. Beginning with the Hudson River Rats. Ready off. Playing second base. Number 2, Rich Lewis. Batting second, Corey Cooter. Number 4, Hunter Fry. Batting third, designated hitter. Number 15, Isaiah Drankowitz. Hitting forward, the third baseman. Number 29, Owen Anderson. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, number 3, Jake Hudson. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 21, Owen Fish. Hitting seventh, the left fielder, number 11, Jason Howard. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 5, Tyler Hope. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 33, Peyton Lawrence. Pitching for Hudson, number 19, Brady Lambert. The River Rats are coached by Chris Loresh, and this is assisted by Matt Pearson and Noel Berger. Now, the starting lineup for the Tilden Tigers. Pitching, number 6, Jordan Stannis. And second, the shortstop, number 22, Drew Steinmetz. Hitting third and pitching, number 13, Tanner Alderson. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 21, Cole Tupper. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 20, Colton Flyer. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, number 17, John Shook. Hitting seventh, the center fielder, by Adam Laura. Batting out and playing right field for 17, Steinmetz. Batting ninth, number 4, Lucas Steinmetz. And playing second base for 2, Steinmetz. The Tigers are beat by Ryan Fight. The officials for tonight's game. At third base, Mr. Jameson Schmidt. And at first base, Mr. Joey McKnight. Behind home plate, Sir Richard Sick.
Well, since Steve Kent just gave you the umpires, I'll give them to you again. Behind the plate will be Dick Smith. Out on first base is Billy McKnight. And over on third base is Jameson Schmidt. Warming up on the mound right now for the Tilden Tigers is Tanner Halverson. 2 years ago, he was the ace of the Cavalier staff. Last year he was down south pitching, and now he's back, and he's with the Tilden Tigers. He did not pitch against the Cavaliers in that doubleheader. He did play. He was out in center field, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've looked at the facts and figures on that game. He's also known for the round trippers he was able to hit out of over the left field fence. All right, leading off for the Hudson River Rats is Mitch Lewis, the second baseman. And the first pitch is a called strike. No balls and one strike to Mitch Lewis in the second pitch. Missed for a ball. And that pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. So the 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Here's the wind, and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. That'll bring up Hunter Fry, the right fielder.
Second for Hudson, right fielder, number 4, Hunter Fry.
Halverson into the wind and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Defensively, the Tilden Tigers, Jordan Steinmetz is behind the plate. Barr is over at third. Drew Steinmetz at short. Here's a fly ball out into right field, moving over and making the catches, Ben Steinmetz. Alex Ruff is over at second base. And let's see, Cole Zwiefelhofer is at first. Out in the outfield, Lucas Steinmetz, Adam LaRock, and Ben Steinmetz. Like I said, this is the Steinmetz team. Pitch is outside for a ball. 2 down. Isaiah Grant Korwitz hits a short pop to short. Drew Steinmetz comes in to make the catch. And the Hudson River Rats go down 1-2-3. We've played a half inning, and it's Hudson 0, and the Tilden Tigers coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Back here at Carson Park, and a reminder, this is not a Cavaliers game, so there is no Gino's player of the game. However, Cavaliers did play earlier tonight, and our Gino's player of the game was Xavier Bemnister. He did not score a run in that game. So when you go out to Gino's tomorrow, mention Xavier's name and get yourself a free soft drink, courtesy of the nice folks out at Gino's Pizza. We're getting ready to head to the bottom of the first inning. Due up for the Tilden Tigers, Jordan Steinmetz, Drew Steinmetz, Tanner Halverson. Taking a look at Hudson, the River Rats defensively. Behind the plate is Hove. Anderson's over at third. Bussin at short. Lewis at second. Wedge is at first. Holler, Lawrence, and Fry out in the outfield going from left to right. And Von Berge is on the mound. Brady Von Berge. So Jordan Steinmetz stepping up to the plate. Von Berge on the rubber. He's going to work from the stretch, and he delivers it inside for a ball. And the next pitch is outside. Ball two. 2 balls. No strikes. And the pitch, check swing, strike called at the letters. Von Berge shook off a couple signs. Now delivers the 2-1 pitch. Chopper over to second, picked up by Lewis, throw over to Wedge. And they just barely got him. Jordan Steinmetz showing some hustle down that first baseline. Ball took some high hops as it was getting out towards second, which ate up precious time and gave Jordan Steinmetz a chance to get down that first baseline. Drew Steinmetz, the shortstop, is stepping to the plate. And he looks at it like a bunt, and that one bumps right over us. Yeah, we got to be on our toes all the time up here. Von Berge delivers. Pitches high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. To Drew Steinmetz. Von Berge shakes off 2 signs. Now he delivers. That one's high for a ball. And the pitch. That one got him in the top of the helmet. So Drew Steinmetz takes a base. That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. One out, runner on first. That's Drew Steinmetz over on first. Hard shot ground ball over to third, flip to second for 1, over to first, and they got him! A 5-4-3 double play, Anderson to Lewis to Wedge. And that'll do it for the Tilden Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 1, and we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us. The pistons that push us. The passions that drive us. On the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care. Here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson along with Ben Ryder and Ann Monroe, and due up for the Hudson River Rats, Owen Anderson, Jake Busson, and Owen Wedge. Owen Anderson stepping in, a cleanup hitter, playing third base, started that 5-4-3 double play. And the pitch caught the outside corner from Tanner Halverson. Halverson into the wind and the delivery. Pop up, foul territory over by first base. Moving over is not a Steinmetz, but it's Zwiefelhofer. So that's one out. So Jake Busson coming to the plate. Shortstop. And that's a strike over the outside edge. Halverson winds and delivers. Fouled off on the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Halverson winds and fires. Swing fouled away. That's a protect the plate swing. All you're hoping for is just get a little piece to stay alive. And that's what Busson did. Fly ball right side out of play. Count holds at 0-2. And the pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Pop foul. That one's going to be out of play. Off the roof of the grandstand. Count remains 1-2. Jake Busson battling at the plate. Halverson winds and delivers. Line shot right out into the glove of Drew Steinmetz for the out. That's going to bring up Owen Wedge, the first baseman. Hudson River Rats came out of pool number 2 of the River Falls Regional. The pitch is high for a ball. Tilden came out of, I believe it was also pool number 2 of the Augusta Regional. And there is a called strike right down the middle. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. One ball, two strikes. Halverson winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike three. So the River Rats go down 1-2-3, and after an inning and a half, we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Tilden Tigers. We have Zwiefelhofer, and he'll be followed by Barar and John Shook, the designated hitter. Hitters 4, 5, and 6. And the pitch is a called strike from Von Berge. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Von Berge delivers. Swing and a miss, strike three. Zwiefelhofer goes down swinging, brings up Nolan Barar. Barar playing third base. Oh, that's Bayer. That's B-A-I-E-R, not B-A-R-E-R. And the first pitch was a ball. I should have known that, but I didn't. Here's the pitch. It's outside. No, called strike on the outside corner. And Bayer looked back at Dick Smith behind the plate. One ball and one strike. And the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch, high and away. 3 balls and a strike. And 3-1 pitch, ball 4. So Nolan Bayer draws a walk. Brings up John Shook, designated hitter. So Bayer takes his lead over first. Von Berge Ground ball, fair out into left field. So Byer stops at second, Shook is at first, and brings up Adam LaRock. Adam LaRock is also a former Cavalier. Played with Halverson. Hove wants to go out and have a talk with Von Berge. So with one out, 2 runners on. And the pitch is a called strike. No balls and a strike. Von Berge looks over at second. Runner takes a little bit more of a lead. And time is called. Byer taking the lead out at second. Von Berge delivers. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Byer gets the stop sign. He skids to his rear end as he tries to stop, but got back to third, and the bases are loaded. Adam LaRock comes through with a single to center. So Byer on third, Shook on second, LaRock on first, and that brings up Ben Steinmetz, the right fielder. Bases loaded, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second inning, still no score. It's a good thing that they put the stop sign on for Byer over at third, because he'd have been dead meat at home. Pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. That was a perfect throw coming in from the outfield. Ben Steinmetz at the plate. Ground ball over to third. Throw to the plate for 1. They got the lead runner. So with 2 down, bases are still loaded. Lucas Steinmetz come up to the plate. Left fielder. And it's a called strike. Inside half of the plate. Von Berge looks in. Shakes a sign off. Goes to the belt. And delivers. That one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4 more games tomorrow for you, right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. And the pitch. That one missed low. 2 balls and a strike to Lucas Steinmetz. Two and one's count with 2 down, bases loaded. Von Berge delivers. That's high and away, ball 3. As Ben was mumbling over there by the camera, there's nowhere to put him. This has got to be a hitter's pitch. Andre delivers. Ball for an RBI walk for Lucas Steinmetz. As John Shook comes in to score, moves Adam LaRock over to third, Ben Steinmetz to second, Lucas Steinmetz on first, and Jordan Steinmetz comes to the plate. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That's a strike called on the outside corner. Von Berge at the belt. And the pitch. That missed outside. It didn't miss by very much. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. It's booted there, and everybody's going to move up one base. Let's see if they mark that a hit or an error. And I think they're going to give him a hit. And he also picked up the RBI as LaRock came in to score. Brings up Drew Steinmetz. Pitches inside. You know, normally in this situation we'd say the Ducks are on the pond. Yeah, not this time. We'll say the Steinmetzes are on the pond. Ben on third, Lucas on second, Jordan on first. Pitches inside, it gets away from the catcher, and the runners are going to advance, and another run comes in. And that ball gets away from the pitcher as they tried to make a play, and in comes another run. So Ben Steinmetz came in to score on a wild pitch, and then on an error, and I believe the error is going to be charged to the pitcher. He did not hang on to the ball, which allowed Lucas Steinmetz to come in and score. Jordan Steinmetz is over third. And Drew Steinmetz still at the plate with a 2-0 count. Brady Von Berge stays on the mound. 2-0 count. 2 down. 4 runs in this inning. And the pitch is a called strike. Drew Steinmetz nodded his head. Yeah, I watched that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, that one's outside. Jordan Steinmetz ready to break for the plate in case Hove can't pull that one in. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. So now there's runners on the corners. And Tanner Halverson steps to the plate. And the pitch. That's a called strike at the letters. Von Berge looks in and delivers. Strike called on the inside edge. Halverson grounded into a double play his last time up. Runner goes, throw down to second, and he's in. He got in under it, and the run came in to score. So Tilden Tigers execute the double steal. Five runs in this inning for the Tigers. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Halverson. High pop-up in the infield. Coming in is Anderson. Circling it, got behind him, and it falls to the ground. Nobody at home. Run comes in. They throw the ball out into right field. Halverson is going to round third. He's going to come in to score. We're going to have to see if they mark that as a 4-base error. The third baseman never touched the ball. He got confused by it. He got up into the lights. Halverson scores on the error. On the throw by the third baseman. Catches by the shortstop. Cole Zwiefelhofer at the plate. He struck out his first time up. They did give 2 errors on that. Halverson also got on an error by the third baseman. So neither of those runs are earned, but it still counts on the scoreboard. 7 runs in this inning for the Tilden Tigers. Pitches high and away for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There is no activity down in the Hudson bullpen. Von Berge delivers, ball gets away from Hove, and it bounces straight up in the air and right back into his hand. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, nobody on. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. So Zwiefelhofer goes down looking this time, and the Tigers are out of the second inning, but not before they commit a lot of damage. 7 runs on only 3 hits. There were 2 errors, 3 errors, and nobody left on base. So we've completed 2, and it's the Tilden Tigers 7 and the Hudson River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, August 25th, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Eleva-Strum High School to take on the Eleva-Strum Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 25th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
So we head to the third inning, and leading off for the Hudson River Rats, and swinging and missing at the first pitch is Jason Holler, the left fielder. Well, the River Rats dug themselves a bit of a hole. Swing and a miss, strike two. And that's all the encouragement Halverson needs. He's just rearing back and firing now. And strike three called. He caught the corner with that one. And Holler goes down looking. It's going to bring up catcher Kyler Hove. Here's the pitch. Fouled off on the right side. And a swing and a miss, strike two. Yeah, watching Halverson reminds me of the Cavaliers 2 years ago when they had Tanner Halverson, Paul Petit, and Carter Hesselman on the mound. That pitch was inside. And those three made a pretty intimidating pitching staff. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Halverson's curveball missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Foul back into the screen. There's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. That's high. You know, Ben, I think you're getting ready to chase those foul balls every chance you get. He's just like the kids down in the bleachers trying to get those foul balls. Ground ball, foul, just barely. Byer made a nice backhanded stab, but it was in foul territory. And then a rocket throw over to first. All for naught. Full count to Kyler Hove. Short little tapper back to Halverson and throws it over to first, and they got him. That's going to bring up Peyton Lawrence. Lawrence is the center fielder. And that pitch is outside. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one missed inside. The wind and the delivery. That one's fouled back. Halverson winds and fires. Swing and a miss, strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Peyton Lawrence. 2 down. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Fouled away on the right side again. That's kind of off in the direction where we're parked over there, Ann. And a pitch. Chopper foul. I think Ann's waiting to hear the car alarm go off on the car. And she knows what that sounds like because she's inadvertently set it off a couple times. And the pitch. Fouled off on the right side again. Two balls, two strikes, two down. Halverson winds and delivers. That's high, ball three. Full count now to Peyton Lawrence. Tanner Halverson into his motion and delivers it outside, and he walked him. That's the first walk given up by Halverson. That's the first hitter that didn't make an out. So it takes us back to the top of the order. Mitch Lewis struck out his first time up. Halverson delivers. That missed outside for a ball. And the pitch. High hopper over to second. LaRock with it. Throws it. Or not LaRock. They got him. That was not LaRock. He's out in center field. That was rough. Picked it up, fired to first, and they just barely got him. 4-3 on the putout. And the Hudson Riverettes go down in the third inning with no runs, no hits, no errors, one man left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Tilden Tigers 7, Hudson Riverettes nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
We're back here at Carson Park. Leading off for the Tilden Tigers in the bottom of the third, Nolan Byer. And that was inside. I guess the sound I heard was it skipping off the dirt, because I thought it kind of got Byer. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That's high and away, ball 2. Von Berge delivers, and it's fouled back into the screen. The loser of this game will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow against the Spooner Cardinals. And the winner will get the Spooner Cardinals at 7 o'clock. That pitch is high and inside. 3-1 is the count. So we have half of tomorrow's schedule already set. And the pitch. Pop foul and out of play. It scared the little dog that was down there. There's 2 dogs down there. And the little one is the one that barked at the ball. I think he wanted to play with it. I think I remember that little dog when Hudson was here to play the Cavaliers earlier this year. Here's the pitch. High pop foul out of play. 3-2 is the count. Nolan Meyer. And another foul back. Count holds at 3-2. Tilden Tigers are kind of interesting in that their home field is in Chippewa Falls. Didn't always used to be that way. They used to be at a small field in Tilden, but that field doesn't exist anymore. And so Dick Smith roughing up the ball a little bit so Von Berge can get a little handle on it. But that field doesn't exist anymore, and so the Tigers moved their operations to Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. They share that field with the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Von Berge at the belt and delivers. That one is so far inside it was outside. So Beyer battled hard and drew the walk. That's the second walk he's drawn tonight. Brings up John Shook. Singled. And scored a run. Scored the first of those 7 runs last inning. Shows bunt. Took it outside for a ball. Von Berge delivers. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Strike one. A little bit loosening up down in the Hudson bullpen now. James Schutt. Or Shoot. High pop foul. Playable and caught by Wedge for the out. That's going to bring up Adam LaRock, who singled and scored. When he singled, he loaded the bases. And the ball gets fouled back into the net. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Line shot out into center field, moving over, making the catch is Lawrence. That'll bring up Ben Steinmetz. He grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. They made the out at the plate. He did eventually come around and score on a wild pitch. Two down, runner on first. The pitch is outside, or inside, I should say. Nolan Byer over at first. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the pitch gets away from the catcher. Down to second goes Byer. And the count goes to 3-2. Byer rounds the base. And the umpire says he only gets second base. The ball went out of play. And the pitch. That's fouled back out of play. Full count now to Ben Steinmetz. Chopper foul down the third baseline. And time is called by Steinmetz. And ball four is the call. So Steinmetz walks. Byer is on second, two down, and that brings up Lucas Steinmetz. He walked his last time up. It was an RBI walk that time because the bases were loaded. And the pitch. That's high. No, called strike at the letters. One ball and one strike with two down. Ronberg at the belt. And the pitch. That was inside. That got him. They say that got him, so that loads the bases. That's a second batter hit by the pitch for the Tilden Tigers. So that puts Nolan Byer on third Ben Steinmetz on second, Lucas Steinmetz on first, and the manager is coming out. That's Peyton Lawrence. Having a bit of a discussion on the mound. Well, my roster is evidently incorrect because Peyton Lawrence is wearing number 33. And at the plate is Jordan Steinmetz, and that pitch gets away from Hove, and into score comes Byer on the wild pitch. Moves Lucas Steinmetz to second, Ben Steinmetz to third. Jordan Steinmetz at the plate with an 0-1 count. And he fouls this one off. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, and the pitch. Line shot out into right field, drifting back and making the catch is Fry. So, for the Tilden Tigers, they pick up a run on nary a hit. And there were 2 left on base. So we've completed 3 innings, and it's the Tigers 8 and the Hudson River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
My character Shazam knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
So we're heading to the top of the 4th inning. Tilden Tigers on top of the Hudson River Rats 8-0. Due up for the River Rats, Hunter Fry, Isaiah Grankorbitz, and Owen Anderson. And the first pitch is outside by Tanner Halverson. Ball 1. Fry flew out to right field his last time up. There's a chopper foul down the third base line. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The wind and the pitch. Check swing. They appeal it. No, he did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Pop fly out of play. On the right side, off the bleachers. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning of the 2nd game tonight. Halverson winds and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's strikeout number 4 for Tanner Halverson. Isaiah Grankorvitz is due up, and he popped out to short last time up. And it's a strike called. Line shot and caught out at shortstop. By Drew Steinmetz. And that'll bring up Owen Anderson. He fouled out to Cole Zwiefelhofer over at first base. And the pitch is outside. Check swing. Ball 2. They did appeal it down to first, and he said no, he did not go. Looked like he held the bat back. Pitch is outside. 3-0 is the count. Halverson's only given up 1 walk so far today. He's got a 3-0 count to Owen Anderson, and that one's high and away for ball 4. So runner on first brings up Jake Busson. He had a liner out to the shortstop last time up. Two down. And the first pitch is fouled back. No balls and a strike. And that pitch was a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check that it was called ball. That one's a strike. 1-2. And it's fouled off. Count remains 1-2. And the pitch is fouled back. Count remains 1-2. The pitch is high. Count goes to 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. One runner on. And the pitch. That's outside. Ball three. Count is full. It'll be traveling time for Owen Anderson on first. Check swing, ball. He said he struck. He swung at it for a strikeout. So, no runs on no hits, no errors, one man left on base. So we have completed 3.5, and it's the Tilden Tigers 8 and the Hudson River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. And we're heading into the bottom of the fourth inning here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe and Ben Ryder. Leading off for the Tilden Tigers will be Drew Steinmetz. He'll be followed by Tanner Halverson and Cole Zwiefelhofer. And we do have a new pitcher on the mound. Peyton Shute is now on the mound. So Drew Steinmetz steps in. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Two balls and no strikes. So now it's 2-1. And the pitch. It's now 3-1. Shute delivers. And that's a called strike on the inside corner. And that's a strike three called to Drew Steinmetz. That'll bring up Tanner Halverson. By the way, the numbers for Brady Von Berge went 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, but only 4 of those 8 were earned runs on 3 hits, and he walked 5. Long fly ball out into left field, gonna fall in for a base hit down in the corner. Halverson rounds first and checks into second base. Well, it's a much cleaner hit than he got last time up, where he got all the way around the bases on what had to remind people of a Little League play. It was an error by the third baseman, didn't field it. The shortstop picked it up. Halverson had rounded first and was heading to second, so the shortstop tried to get him at second, airmailed it into right field, and Halverson ends up scoring. Called strike is the pitch to Cole Zwiefelhofer. Not to mention the fact that when Halverson scored, it also scored Drew Steinmetz ahead of him. And the pitch is low for a ball. So Halverson's out at second. 1-1 is the count to Cole Zwiefelhofer. Zwiefelhofer struck out twice. Pitch is high, throw down to second. Halverson back in safely. And the pitch. That's high. 3 balls and a strike. Shoot at the belt. And he shoots. And it's a full count. I could almost see Ann's eyes rolling from all the way over here on that one. One out. And the payoff pitch. Chopper over to third. Picked up there. Throw over to first in time. Halverson has to stay at second. That's going to bring up Nolan Byer, who drew a walk his last time up. Anderson fielded that one a little more cleanly than the last time he had a chance. Byer has walked both times he came to the plate. Check swing strike called on the outside corner. And the pitch. Long fly ball out into left center field and over to make the catch is Lawrence. And that will do it for the Tilden Tigers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. So we've completed 4 innings. And it's the Tigers 8 and the River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org
and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. For free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Heading into the top of the 5th inning for the Hudson River Rats, Owen Wedge. And the pitch is high. Which is the first baseman, struck out his first time up. Elverson delivers, shows bunt, offered, strike called. And a strike on the inside corner. Tanner Halverson doing a pretty good job of painting the black today. Here's the pitch. Pop foul out of play. And the pitch is high and tight. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's the second strikeout that Owen Wedge has gone down to. And brings up Jason Holler, who went down looking his last time up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that pitch missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chopper foul off the fence on the right side. Swing and a miss. That's 2 down. Kyler Hove comes to the plate. He grounded back to the pitcher his last time up. You two had high pop foul, and it's going to land foul out of play. Took 1 hop into the fan deck. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot over towards second, scooped up, can't handle it, and he's going to be safe at first. Ruff couldn't quite handle the ball. And so Kyler Hove is going to be on an error by the second baseman. That's Ruff out there at second. And no, Ann, I will not say that Ruff had a rough play. I told you I wouldn't say it. Runner at first. Fouled away on the right side. Peyton Lawrence at the plate. Halverson's pitch. That was high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, runner at first. And the pitch. That missed for a ball. Halverson looking in and delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, coming in hard and making the catch, coming out from shortstop spot is Drew Steinmetz. And that retires the side with no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. So we have played 4 1/2. And it's the Tilden Tigers 8 and the Hudson River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning for the Tilden Tigers. Leading off is John Shook. Shook is 1 for 2, singled and scored. Also fouled out to the first baseman. Oh, Ann, she says, but he shook it off. Yeah, I guess if I'm going to make crazy puns, you can too. There's a foul chopped into the plate. James Shute on the mound for the Hudson River Rats. And the pitch outside for a ball. And the pitch inside for a ball. Two balls and a strike. And the pitch It's outside for a ball. Shoot at the belt. And the 3-1 pitch. Line shot foul down the third base line, and that was just barely foul. The count is full to John Shook. Shoot at the belt, and he delivers. That one's high, ball 4. So Shook draws the walk to start off the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Adam LaRock. He's 1 for 2, singled, scored, and then flew out to center field. And he fouls that one back out of play.
That ball brought to you by Westside Bar and Grill. WestsideGrillPC.com.
And the pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Shook takes his lead at first. And the pitch. High foul back out of play. And the pitch. Strike called. So Adam LaRock goes down looking. That'll bring up Ben Steinmetz with 1 out. John Shook on first. Steinmetz is 0 for 1. He grounded into a fielder's choice and eventually scored. He also walked. And that pitch missed inside for a ball. And the pitch. Strike called. That one caught the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Shoot on the mound. He's at the belt and delivers. That one's inside, ball 2. Ben Steinmetz at the plate. The 2-1 pitch is outside for ball 3. James Shute Fires, and that one got Steinmetz in the back shoulder. So 2 runners on now with 1 out. Lucas Steinmetz coming to the plate. By the way, that's the 3rd Tilden Tiger batter hit by a pitch. And they've all been Steinmetz's. That could cause a family feud in some places. Lucas Steinmetz at the plate, shows bunt, pulls back. It's high for a ball. Lucas is one of those who was hit by a pitch. He also drew a walk and scored on an error. And the pitch is outside, ball 2. This is the WBA state tournament. Tilden Tigers leading the Hudson River Rats in pool play action. And the pitch. That's high, ball 3. Now, Ben Steinmetz over at first represents a very important run, because if they could get him across along with John Shook, it would give the Tigers a 10-run lead. Now, the 10-run rule doesn't come into play until after the 7th inning, but it would at least put them in position. And that's a strike called. Lucas Steinmetz wasn't going to swing at that one. 3-1 is the count. And the 3-1 pitch. And that's outside for ball 4. That loads the bases. And I just saw Lucas Steinmetz do something very smart. He stood still and waited for Dick Smith to make the call. And he got the ball 4 call and headed down to first base. That puts Ben Steinmetz on second and John Shook on third. Jordan Steinmetz at the plate. Strike called on the outside edge. Steinmetz is 1 for 3, singled, driving in a run. Strike 2 called, also on the outside edge. 1 out. Bases loaded. And the pitch. Foul back. 0-2 is the count. Drew Steinmetz on deck. And the pitch. Ground ball right back up, fielded it by the shortstop over to first, and they got the double play. So, Jordan Steinmetz grounds into a 6 unassisted to 3 double play to end the threat. And for the Tigers, there were no runs on no hits, there were no errors, but 3 were left on base. We've played 6 innings, and the score remains Tilden 8 and Hudson nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
We've given back in a lot of different ways through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we go to the top of the 6th inning with the Cavaliers on top. Not the Cavaliers, the Tilden Tigers on top. Old habits are hard to break. And stepping to the plate for the Hudson River Rats is the top of the order, Mitch Lewis. And he fouls one off on the right side. And the pitch is high and away for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner Helverson on the mound. Here's the pitch. That's a strike called. Helverson's not wasting any time on the mound. He gets the ball back and goes right into his motion. That just missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Helverson winds and fires. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Catcher dropped the ball, throw it on to first to complete the out. Oh, they say the throw pulled his foot off the bag, and now the managers do get a challenge. So I believe I heard the Tilden manager saying that we do want to challenge this. Billy McKnight said it pulled the first baseman off the bag. I'll be honest with you, I did not see that from our vantage point, but Billy McKnight is much closer than we are. It was a bang-bang play. It goes in the books as a strikeout to Mitch Lewis. But if they award the first base, then it's going to be an error on the catcher. And they're having a discussion, and they say he's out. They called him out, so the throw was good, and first baseman kept his foot on the bag, and Mitch Lewis is not liking that call, and that's to be expected, I guess. So that's 1 down. They bring up Hunter Fry. Hunter Fry is 0 for 2. Flew out to right and struck out. And the first pitch missed outside for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Tanner Helverson winds and fires. That's fouled back out of play. Counts even at 2-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. High and away, ball 3. Full count to Hunter Fry. And the payoff pitch. That's outside, ball 4. Free pass number 3 issued by Tanner Halverson. That makes that challenge all the more critical because that would have put a runner on second in scoring position had the challenge not been upheld. Isaiah Grandkorvitz is at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Popped to short and then lined to short. So he and Drew Steinmetz have been getting up close and personal. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That's a strike called on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halverson at the belt, looking over at first and delivers. Check swing, strike called on the inside corner. Grandkorvitz wasn't real happy with that call. Halverson's 1-2 pitch. Line shot, base hit out into left field. And that broke up the no-hitter that Halverson had going. That's our fault, Ben. We were talking about that between innings, and we're not supposed to do that. So Grandkorvitz is on first with the first hit for the River Rats. Moves Hunter Fry over to second. Owen Anderson is at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch is outside for a ball. And there's a strike called. One ball, 1 strike. Pop up foul, and it's going to go out of play. Trevor Olson warming up down in the bullpen for the Tilden Tigers. Pitch is high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out, 2 on. And the pitch. That's outside, ball 3. Full count now to Owen Anderson. Drew a walk his last time up. Check swing and strike 3 called. 2 down. And these teams are getting a little ornery. And the pitch is high and away for ball 1 to Jake Busson. Busson's 0 for 2, line to short, and struck out. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Halverson has 9 strikeouts. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike to Jake Busson. And the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Halverson's pumped up for that one. And for the Tilden Tiger, or for the River Rats, no runs on one hit. No errors, and 2 were left on base. So we have completed 6.5. And it's the Tilden Tigers 8 and the Hudson River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Well, these teams are getting pretty fired up as we head to the bottom of 6. The umpires have just gone over to both dugouts and issued bench warnings. At least it looked like they were issuing bench warnings. We didn't get any official word on that. And we had to wait for Billy McKnight, the first base umpire, to stop chatting with the first base coach for the Tilden Tigers. Now we're ready. And at the plate and squaring the bunt is Drew Steinmetz, and he fouls it back. So Hove just went out and talked to the pitcher to shoot. Now he's at the belt to Drew Steinmetz, and the pitch, it's high for a ball. And the pitch, that's high for a ball. Two balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, that's high for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike to Drew Steinmetz. Shoot, works from the stretch, and he delivers. That's a strike called at the letters. Steinmetz didn't agree with that one. Count is full. Shoot delivers. And that one is ball 4. And it goes all the way back to the screen. So that'll bring up Tanner Halverson. Halverson is 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up to left field. Line shot, foul down the third base line. Halverson got around well on that. Just maybe a little too well. No balls and a strike. Shoots pitch. It's outside for a ball. One ball, one strike. Nobody out. Runner on first. That's Drew Steinmetz. And the pitch. That missed outside for a ball. Two balls, one strike. And the pitch. Chop foul. Two and two. Runner on first. Nobody out. Tanner Halverson at the plate. And the pitch. Spinner right out in front of the plate. Throw to first. They got Halverson at first. It worked about the same as a sacrifice bunt. Moved the runner over to second.
First baseman Cole Zuhlauer.
That'll bring up Cole Zwiefelhofer, who's 0 for 3, struck out twice and then grounded to third. Shoot roughing up the ball a little bit. Now Zwiefelhofer steps in. One out. Drew Steinmetz over at second. And the pitch is high. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. Shoot at the belt. Looks over at second. And now delivers. Line shot out into left center field. It's going to fall and it's going to go all the way to the fence. Steinmetz comes around third and in to score. And Zwiefelhofer checks in at second with a good solid double to left field. Which makes a score. The Tilden Tigers 9 and the Hudson River Rats nothing. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Coming in to run is Luke Schemenauer for Cole Zwiefelhofer. Luke Schemenauer now out at second. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into right center field. Schemenauer rounds third. He's going to come in and score. The throw comes into second, but not before Nolan Byer checks in there. Making the score, the Tigers 10 and the River Rats nothing. So, yeah, Ben was making a point. He's talking with Ann over here about the 10-run rule and the purpose for it. It actually has a couple of purposes. One is it's a mercy rule to not embarrass anybody. But the other one is to save pitching. If it's a game that you're pretty much going to win, why have them throw those extra 2 innings? John Shook at the plate takes a called strike. Here's the pitch. That's low for a ball. One ball, one strike with 1 out. Runner on second. That's Nolan Byer. And the pitch is outside for a ball. And the 2-1 pitch. Line shot out in left field for a base hit. Stopping at third is Byer. He takes a break for the plate. They're going to make a play, and they got him at the plate. So Nolan Byer is out at the plate. And getting credit for a base hit is John Shook, and then he went to second on the play. So we're having a conference at the mound with Hove and Shoot. And again, the umpire is over talking to the Tilden dugout. Did he just eject Nolan Byer? And they're having a discussion about re-entry. And that would apply to Zwiefelhofer. And I did see the rules that said that it is high school style re-entry rule, which should mean that Zwiefelhofer could come back in for Schemenauer. So, we have a runner on second. That's John Shook. Adam LaRock at the plate. And the pitch is high. LaRock is 1 for 3, singled to center field. Also flew out to center and struck out looking. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Now it's 1-1. 2 down. Two runs in for the Tilden Tigers. And the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's outside. No, he called it a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trevor Olson still working down in the Tilden bullpen. And that's a called 3rd strike. That's the 2nd time Adam LaRocque has gone down looking. So that'll do it for the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th. But not before they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. So we've completed 6, and it's the Tilden Tigers 10 and the Hudson River Rats nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform in attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How is it? Is it good?
The Northern Light Webcasting Network is excited to announce that the new home for Colfax Viking football is now NLWN-TV.
We have a new pitcher for the Tilden Tigers. It's Trevor Olson out there on the mound. Tanner Halverson, who pitched an outstanding 6 innings of 1-hit baseball. Shutout 1-hit baseball. Struck out, let's see, I believe it's 9, but let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yes. Struck out 9. And he went from the mound out to center field. Adam LaRocque came in to play second base. And Trevor Olson will be designated hit for. At the plate is Owen Wedge. Struck out twice. And the first pitch is high and inside for a ball. 10-0, Tilden Tigers on top in the top of the 7th. If they hang on, don't allow any runs, this game will be done. And that pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Trevor Olson winds and fires. There's a strike called on the inside edge. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Drifting back is Steinmetz. That's Lucas Steinmetz, and he makes the catch. So 1 down. That brings up Jason Holler, who struck out twice. Now pinch hitting for the River Rats is Landon Zuli. And the umpires are meeting. Because evidently, when Owen Wedge was coming off the field, there was an inappropriate gesture made. And Billy McKnight over at first base did see it and saw it up here in the press box. I didn't. I was busy writing things down. And I believe that and I'm not sure if he's been ejected or not. So we're ready for action again. Landon Zuli pinch hitting. First pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Things have started to get a little testy here. Swing and a miss, strike two. It's getting kind of late here. Maybe it's past their bedtime or something. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one missed for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Landon Zuli. Trevor Olson on the mound. Here's the pitch. That was high. Real nice job of trying to frame it that time by Jordan Steinmetz. He didn't get the call, but he made a nice effort at it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's outside for a ball. The Tilden fans, umpires in the stands thought that looked good, but they're off on the side. It's hard to tell. It looked pretty correct call from here. Trevor Olson into the wind and the fire. Pop foul out of play. Straight back. Count remains at 3-2. Here's the pitch. And strike recalled, and again he committed the sin that you do not take off for first base on a 3-2 pitch that you think is ball 4 until the umpire tells you to take your base. And Landon Zuli thought for sure that was ball 4. He takes off for first base, and the umpire said, sorry, son, that's strike 3. 2 down. That brings up another pinch hitter, Logan Von Berge. And the count is 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Logan Von Berge, the last hope for the Hudson River Rats. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. This is not a save situation for Trevor Olson. Here's the pitch. Line shot, foul down the first baseline. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. River Rats down to their last strike. Trevor Olson into his wind, and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. So the final score, the Tilden Tigers 10 and the Hudson River Rats nothing. And we will have more information when we get to talking baseball, and we'll do that right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's WBA State Tournament pooled play game, brought to you by Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. You've been tuned to the Wisconsin Baseball Association State Tournament pooled play on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned, up next is Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of this game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's WBA State Tournament pool play game, brought to you by Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Carson Park, where the Tilden Tigers have just defeated the Hudson River Rats by a score of 10-0. Tilden had 10 runs on 7 hits with 1 error, and Hudson had no runs, 1 hit and 3 errors. The winning pitcher tonight was Tanner Halverson, and he pitched a gem of a game. He went 6 innings, didn't give up any runs, obviously, but he only gave up 1 hit, struck out 9, and then with the final inning in relief was Trevor Olson. And the losing pitcher was Brady Von Berge, and he went 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, 4 of which were earned, 3 hits, and walked 5. Peyton Shute was fairly effective. The Tigers roughed him up for a couple of runs, but generally speaking, he did a pretty decent job on the mound. The Tigers took advantage. They were very opportunistic. A lot of walks, several batters hit by the pitch, and then some timely hits scattered in there from time to time. Gave them the 10 runs that they were looking for, and they were able to put it away. So what that means is tomorrow's schedule is set, and we will have it all for you here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. First of all, tomorrow at 10 a.m. is the Everest Merchants taking on the Eau Claire Cavaliers. Then at 1 p.m., it will be the Hudson River Rats taking on the Spooner Cardinals. Then at 4 o'clock, it will be the Everest Merchants taking on the River Falls Fighting Fish. And then finally at 7 o'clock tomorrow, it will be the Spooner Cardinals taking on the Tilden Tigers. And so that's just about going to do it for us tonight here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. It's been a long day of baseball and going to be even longer tomorrow. So let me remind you that our next broadcast will be tomorrow morning. Look for us at 9:55 is when we'll come on the air with that game between the Cavaliers and the Everest Merchants. Also, don't forget to tune into NLWN-2 for exciting Cavalier action, for exciting Colfax Viking football action. Our next broadcast of Viking football will be on Friday the 25th when the Vikings travel to Olivestrom to take on the Olivestrom Cardinals. Viking preview will begin at 6:40, followed by live play-by-play on NLWN-2. By the way, the final score in the Colfax Whitehall game tonight was the Colfax Vikings 19 and the Whitehall Norse 14. Don't forget that our Geno's player of the game back in the Cavaliers game today was Xavier Bemnister. He did not score a run, but if you mention Xavier's name when you go out to Geno's tomorrow, you'll get yourself a free soft drink, courtesy of the nice folks at Geno's Pizza. So today's WBA State Tournament baseball game has been brought to you by Geno's Pizza, right next to Action City near the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. The Goat Coffee House at 336 Water Street for good coffee and great sandwiches. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality, personalized care for you and your family. Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and More, ready to get your house sparkling. Your Napa Auto Parts Store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology Service, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you WBA State Tournament Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Ann Monroe on the computer and Ben Ryder on the camera tonight, this is Rick Olson. That final score of our second game today was the Tilden Tigers 10 and the Hudson River Rats nothing. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's WBA State Tournament pooled play game, brought to you by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and More. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.